What up, YouTube? So, do you want to get subcontractors or employees? If you have been asking yourself that question when it comes to commercial cleaning, right? Whether or not you want to get subcontractors or regular employees, you first want to ask yourself, where are you in your company right now? And where do you want to be? Like, what goals do you have set for your company? It makes a huge difference on which one. I mean, that it'll help you determine which one is best for you. If you are just starting off in the commercial cleaning business, residential cleaning business, I would strongly advise that you have at least 6 months to a year, and that's like on a minimum, worth of experience before you start really thinking about doing one or the other, right? Hiring a traditional employee or going with a subcontractor. So the differences between the two. With the subcontractor, you are basically getting into business with another business owner, and they're going to service your accounts, whether it's residential, whether it's your commercial accounts, whatever, right? When you get with an employee or when you hire an employee, that employee is now coming under your umbrella of whatever business structure that you have set up. So you're going to be responsible for making sure that the employees are uniformed if your company is uniform, and I strongly suggest that that you do have some sort of branding or a uniform for your company. You have to factor in all of the L&I insurance, your workers' comp insurance. You have to factor in training. How are you going to get these people trained? How are you going to get towels washed, rags washed, flat mop heads washed if you use that system? So there's a lot of other things that comes into place when you take on the responsibility of hiring an employee, right? With subcontractors, it's not so much. You're going to pay a subcontractor more than you would pay an employee because the subcontractor still has a business to run. They're going to have to pay for all of their supplies. They're going to have to pay to maintain their equipment. They're going to have to pay their staff, right? If they have staff. So you're going to end up paying them more. But what I've found is that with subcontractors, where I am in my business, and the goals that I want to have for me, subcontractors is the way to go for me. I don't mind paying more money, taking a lesser percentage of the overall account if my phone isn't ringing all times of night or throughout the evening because someone called in, someone's running late. All of those responsibilities now get put onto the subcontractor to make sure that that their staff and model is up to par to service the accounts that we agreed that they could service. I haven't had an instance where a subcontractor has called me to say, hey, can one of your guys cover my account tonight? I probably could make it happen, but that hasn't happened yet, and I'm not encouraging that to happen. So when I first started, obviously, I had to go ahead and start from the bottom. I was doing a lot of the work myself, and then eventually I graduated to where it was too much work for me to handle. I had to bring on employees. Now, when you're bringing on employees, I don't have like this huge, business background. Yeah, I've done like hustles and stuff here and there, but as far as like putting together processes and procedures and implementing them, and I don't have that type of background. So I kind of had to learn by trial and error, trial by fire. I was thrown into it. So a lot of the stuff that I'm gonna speak about is coming from personal experience. So when I first started, again, like I had to go ahead and learn how to hire. I had to learn the best places, the most cost-effective places to get the best employees for us. These are all things that that I had to learn how to do, and there's just a lot. I had to learn the goods and the bads with employees, and there are goods and bads that come with employees, just like there's goods and bads that come with subcontractors. But for me, where I am, and for the goals that I have, I would take the goods and the bads of dealing with subcontractors, mainly because, again, the subcontractor, they are business owners. They have their business license, they have their business insurance, they get a 1099, they fill out a W-9, like they're business owners. So they actually have skin in the game, right? Whereas an employee doesn't have skin in the game. So where I am right now, it is just so much more beneficial for us to just go ahead and subcontract all our work out to, most of the work out to subcontractors. I do still have 2 employees right now, but they will, they'll end up phasing themselves out. They work, or they'll get promoted to a different position, right? Depending on what happens. We always need auditors, and then who knows, I may create a position for one of them if it gets to the point where it's just more beneficial for me to just bring it in and do 100% subcontractors. But yeah, so you just have to really decide like which one works best for you. You have to, but regardless as to whichever one works best for you, if you're just starting off, I would strongly advise you to get into the account and do the work yourself for at least 6 months to a year. Can you do it? Can you be successful in this industry without taking that advice? Yeah, I'm sure you can. But are you more valuable as an owner if you actually have more experience rather than just behind the scenes putting together processes? All the back end stuff. You're more valuable. A part of being more valuable to your staff is you're also more valuable to the client, because when I go in and I do walkthroughs, I'm not only telling them what I can do, I'm telling them what they aren't getting that they should be getting, and here's why. So I'm able to educate them on, why they need certain things and how our company is the best company to give it to them, right? So I wouldn't have that advantage if I didn't get my feet wet first. So if anything wasn't clear, I know I bounce around a lot and I do ramble from time to time, but if anything wasn't clear on what it is that I was saying on having an employee versus having a subcontractor, leave it in the comments, guys. But again, I'm always gonna be dropping jewels, but you got to make sure you're in position to pick them up. So like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.